Check one, check.
You ever notice that the moment things start to change, that nothing really seems like it changed? No explosion, no dramatic event. Things just kind of go quiet. That's what we're talking about here today. Finally happens when you sit down after the day is over. Nothing is technically wrong, but nothing is moving. And I think that's the part that most people miss. Because we've been trained to believe that waiting looks responsible, patient and mature. We tell ourselves things like, just waiting for the right time, we'll wait and see, waiting for the right moment. But if we're honest, what we're really doing is just standing still and calling it preparation, right? Here's the uncomfortable truth with that most people aren't stuck, they're just paused. Paused not because they're lazy, and definitely not because they don't care. Because somewhere along the way, waiting became safer than moving. Waiting protects you from failure. Waiting protects you from judgment. Waiting protects you from finding out if the life that you imagine is actually possible. So what do? We wait. We wait to feel motivated. We wait to feel confident. And we wait to feel certain. And while we're waiting, life doesn't stop. It keeps moving. It just keeps moving without us. That's the part that nobody prepares you for. You don't feel like you're falling behind. You just feel like you're very tired. Tired of thinking, tired of planning, tired of having the same internal conversations over and over again. You know what I'm talking about. And eventually, you sit with that long enough, a strange question starts to surface. Is this really it? Is this all life has to offer? Not in a dramatic way. It's almost a polite way that it surfaces. Like your body is asking before it gives up completely. But here's what I want you to hear clearly. That moment isn't a failure, and it's definitely not a weakness, and it's not you doing life wrong. It's just your awareness is coming online, and it's knocking on your door. And awareness doesn't shout, it whispers quietly in your ear. And most people, they hear that whisper, and they ignore it because they've never heard it before. It doesn't tell you what to quit, it doesn't tell you where to go, and it definitely doesn't give you a 5-step plan. You know those ones? It just shows you one very uncomfortable thing. You've been waiting for change to arrive. Instead of realizing you are the one that has to move. And that's where this gets a little tricky. Ooh, that's cold. Should have brought my gloves. Because the mind wants proof before the body takes action. But guess what? Life doesn't work that way. Action creates proof, and movement creates clarity. Change doesn't begin with certainty. It begins with a shift in your internal state. It's that simple. That's why waiting feels so damn heavy, Your mind is just searching for permission while your body already feels that it's ready. It knows it's ready. You can feel it. That low-grade tension and that relentlessness, that's your sense of your current life that you're outgrowing. It's that simple. That's the change, and you need to listen to that. That feeling isn't anxiety. It's just your momentum with nowhere to go. And if you don't learn how to recognize that and trust it and hold it, you'll do what most people do. You'll do what everybody does, actually. You'll numb it down. You'll distract from it. You'll push it away. You'll gloss over it. You'll think of a million reasons why you shouldn't pay attention to it. And you'll label it, too. You'll call it stress, burnout, or boredom. But deep down, you know the truth. This is where people actually ask the wrong question. They ask, what should I do? They're waiting to be told that it's safe. Better question would be, what am I avoiding? What am I scared of? And that's where movement really begins. It's not a big leap, and it's not a life overhaul. You just insert it into your current daily life. You insert it quietly, but you pay attention to it. It's a shift in how you show up for the day, a shift in how you listen to yourself, a shift in how long you ignore what you already know. Change doesn't arrive like a gift. It emerges when waiting stops making sense. If this video found you at a moment where nothing's wrong, but nothing's changing either, that's not an accident. That's awareness tapping you on the shoulder and saying, hey, you're ready to stop waiting, so let's get the show on the road. In the next episode, we're going to talk about why motivation keeps failing. That's a pretty big one too, part of this series. And why waiting to feel ready is one of the biggest traps that we fall into. Biggest traps we ever fall into, because it's everything that we've been taught to fall into. So for now, just notice this quietly. So if change hasn't shown up yet, it might be just because it's waiting for you to make the first move.